Hello guys, and welcome back to Sim UK, welcome back to Fernbus Coach Simulator. We're continuing our tour out of Austria all the way over to Switzerland, and the next stop on our journey is Salzburg. And for the smart-eyed of you, yes, I am continuing straight after my previous video. Because the textures are working, and I haven't had any issues in this recording, I want to get another one down now. So that gives me a couple of weeks to try and figure out what the heck is going on with the texture problems in case it comes back, in case I haven't fixed it like I think I have. So let's begin by starting the ride. We've already got everybody on board, so we don't need to worry about that. We do need to take a break at 23:55, but I mean, we are miles ahead of schedule. So even with that slight detour in the last episode, we are still smack bang on schedule, which is great. So, close. Thank you. Close. Thank you very much. Everybody's on board. We can take it nice and easy actually today. I am so far ahead of schedule. There's no rush whatsoever. Flipping headphones trying to turn themselves off. Make sure everybody's okay. Is everybody okay? It's quite late at night, isn't it? So I think I might take a moment just to sit and get all of the lights and the monitors and everything on properly. Make sure everyone's happy. Let's shut the door. Let's sit down. Let's start the engine. Now I think what I might do is bring up the sat-nav again. Because the one that's on the coach is just not good enough. Right, let's get physical. Now, does that mean it's on or off? I'm assuming that means off, but we'll monitor that, I think. Let's get Chris doing his chitty chat stuff. And we'll check the lights. Reading light clearance. So that should be on. Dim passenger light. Okay, I think we're there. Let's check all the doors are closed outside. I think we did a pretty good job of parking there actually. It was quite tight. It was quite tight. What is that building there? It was quite important, whatever it is. I can't seem to get the camera. Weisensturm? I'm not even going to attempt that. Wow, why are the words in Germany always so flipping long? Make it so complicated to pronounce anything. Right, I think we're good. So Chris is still chatting away. Take this moment to have a sip of drink, because I have been talking for quite a long time before I even started this one.
Wir danken für eure Aufmerksamkeit und wünschen eine entspannte Fahrt und viel Spaß an Bord bei FlixBus.
I've got to say, even though Chris doesn't do that for a living, he's actually very good at it. And as a sideline, I think he'd be absolutely perfect at doing voiceovers for a whole host of different things. He should definitely consider looking into that, I think. Right, so now that's horn. That brings up that. That's map. Okay, I knew I had a map button set somewhere, I just couldn't remember where. Hazard lights, internal light, and headlights. We don't need the fog lights on. Just normal lights. Okay, gravy. It seems to be quite a significant traffic hold up there for some reason. It's not us this time. Don't know what the issue is. We've already started the ride, so there's no issue there.
so you can take advantage of our many exclusive online discounts. For more information, simply visit flixbus.com or get in touch with us on Facebook.
But nobody's been complaining about the temperature in the coach, so I think we'll just leave that as is. I'm quite happy with that.
To give us feedback about your journey. You can also use it to share your suggestions, ideas and requests. We are always ready to assist. And now we can finally set off. Thank you for
Here we go then, boys and girls.
Have a relaxing journey and enjoy traveling with FlixBus.
Now we are leaving a bit early, but I'm really going to utilise that speed limits are limits, not targets philosophy, and we'll be keeping speeds down to an absolute minimum. Before I get onto the open road, I am going to test out to make sure that we've got the retarder turned off, because it's just horrible. It feels like it's on, I've got to say. I don't know, maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm just going too slow to be able to tell. These cobbled stones are really making this wheel shake, and it's making my elbow shake, which is making my arm feel weird. It's so nice to have force feedback. Everyone, I remember back in the day before we had force feedback in Fernbus, a lot of people were saying, I am not buying this game until it gets force feedback. And I thought, it doesn't really make that much difference. I think you're, overreacting a bit about the lack of force feedback. I mean, everything else is so good. Not having force feedback isn't really a big issue. I don't know why you're making such a big deal out of it. But now that I've got force feedback, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't like to go back to the time when we didn't have any. That's for sure. Right, we're at the end of the cobblestones, thank goodness. Go into the slow lane. Try and stay in our lane as best we can. So tricky to hold a slow speed. Right, let's test it. Foot off the accelerator. Okay. Seems like we're okay. Seems like the retarder is off this time round. Now, it's just occurred to me that I've jumped straight into making this second video because all the textures are working. I'm assuming that the wheel cam worked in last week's episode, but I don't know because I haven't stopped to look. So if we haven't got a wheel cam again, I can only apologise, but there's nothing I can do about it because there's no way I will know if it's worked or not until after the video has been made. So yes, hopefully next week, whatever the situation is this week, next week we should be fully running again, up to 100%. All the textures will work, all the performance will be good, and the wheel cam will be working, I hope, at least. Can't see any lights, so we'll just come flying out. And we're doing like 60. Speed limit is 100, we need to come across. And we need to slow down, because... Oh, we didn't need to come across at all. We did not need to come across. It looked like the road was peeling off there to me. Okay. Now brake on. Oh, you can see some of the mountains up there, look. It's starting to look more mountainous. Now there have been some complaints about the mountains being there. But do you know what? To be honest with you, I think I'd be disappointed if there weren't mountains. When you think Austria and Switzerland, you think, massive snow-peaked mountains and snow-peaked hills and green covered hills. Oh, handbrake on. Off, rather. And if there weren't mountains in the Austria and Switzerland DLC, people would be complaining that there weren't any. So, I don't know. You can't please everybody, I guess, is the state of the situation there. That looks so cool. Doesn't that look awesome? I mean, you'd be forgiven for thinking that was a photograph if I took a shot of that. Maybe if you looked at it in detail, you'd say, "Oh no, actually, I think that's a computer-generated game or something." But if you were just briefly looking, if I just showed you a picture really quick, I think you'd believe that was real. That's how good it looks to me. Now that the textures are working, at least. Look at that view. Lots of people have said, actually, and I agree, that, you know, if I were a long distance coach driver in this area, it would be the sights and the experience of driving up the mountains and down the mountains. That would be the perks of the job. That would be the reason why I'd want to do the job, to be honest with you. Absolutely splendid. And the lighting in Fernbus, I think, at night is so much better than it was before. I used to think it was pretty good, but now I think it's absolutely spectacular. Looks really nice. Really, really nice. The headlights are brilliant now. The only thing I say that is in any way still needing to be addressed in terms of night lighting is the vehicle headlights in the rear view mirrors. I still can't see if there's something coming. They're just not bright enough. Simple as that. I mean, if they're really near the mirror, it should just be white, I think. Because, I mean, all I use the mirrors for, I don't need to see what kind of car is coming. I just need to know if there is something coming. So all I'm using it for is to avoid collisions, really. Now, we're due a break at some point, aren't we? Just ease off the accelerator there a tad. I think we can get past this yellow truck, but it's taken a while to accelerate. We seem to be stuck at 87. Presumably because we're going uphill, I don't know. Oh, you're not going to do it, you crazy car. He was thinking, do you know what? He was about to do that. How awesome was that, by the way? The way that car flew up on the inside, looking to overtake the yellow truck by cutting in front of us, realised that he wasn't going to be able to do it, and then backed out of it. How brilliant was that? That looks so realistic to me. I hope I'm going the right way. See, I cannot see if that truck has gone or not. It's so dark. Looks like he has. So we'll come across. I hope that we don't have an accident. Making a huge effort today not to get any speeding tickets. Oh, that's a tight corner. That is really tight. Kind of feel like they should have put a warning about that corner. It's so tight. I think that's what I'm going to do, by the way, guys. If and when the modding tools get re-released, I think I'm just going to go around plonking road signs in areas where they should be and they haven't been implemented. Wow, look how dark it is here. That's really cool. And look how sharp this corner is that's coming up. Definitely want to be slowing down for this one. Actually, having said that, it looks a lot sharper on the map than it does in real life. I think we'll be okay, actually. Oh, maybe it's this bit. Oh, no complaints anyway. Look at that view. I completely forgotten. I'm just enthralled in the whole driving experience, which I need to slow down now. But I'm meant to be showing you how awesome everything looks. So I'm going to try and give you a lot of external camera views so you can get a really good appreciation for the environment. Best I can. It's really tricky to drive outside of the cab, I have to say. Doing my best, guys. I'm doing my best. Should we have a look and see what it's like for the passengers? I'm going to have to flick through 4 cameras to get to the one I want to get to. There we go. So that's what it would be like as a passenger on my coach. Obviously, whilst I'm driving in this view, I can't see very well. If, for example, the vehicle in front of me stopped, I'd probably hit it. I can't see where the corner is going. It's pretty nerve-wracking, I'll be honest with you. Look at those fantastic buildings up there. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Sorry dude, swerving all over the place. So, it looks like we're coming up to Salzburg now. This is, I think, I'm speeding. Yo, you're joking, man. There was no sign. Was there? Was there a sign? I don't know if there was a sign or not. Wow. I can see why the speed limit has dropped. But it would have been a bit fairer if you'd have given me a bit of notice instead of just... Whoa! What the hell was that? What the hell was that? I didn't hit anything. There must have been like a... Oh wow, look. Look at that river. If you can. There must have been like a raised bit of road or an invisible something. I don't know what that was. It's a bit annoying. It's going to impact on my score. Speeding. Honestly, every single episode. I mean, we're nearly in Salzburg now. It's like, yeah, we're nearly there. We haven't had any speeding tickets. We haven't had any collisions. Everything's gone really, 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 really well. And then that. A speeding ticket followed by an invisible collision in the space of 10 seconds after me saying, oh, we're nearly at Salzburg. Like, this is nearly the end of the at the end of the drive, and haven't we done well? And then all of a sudden it's Fernbus is like, oh, I'm not having that. No. You must be punished. You must be punished immediately for having not crashed or had any speeding tickets this far. How irritating. How very irritating. Anyway. Trying to get you a nice shot of all the mountains up there. There we go. Pretty cool, huh? It says 70. I don't trust it. We'll just take our time. We're not in a rush. Salzburg looks pretty cool as a city. That's tight. Oh, that is tight. That is a cool bit of road right there. Just coming under that tunnel, catching up onto this beautifully maintained roundabout. That's exceptional. We have a thing in Britain where roundabouts are made to look prettier than they used to be. They used to just be round concrete nothingness, really. The occasional roundabout would have a bit of grass on it, but some people have made an effort up and down the country to actually really kind of beautify it. But I don't recall ever seeing a roundabout quite as nicely put together as that one, which I don't think I'm going to be able to show you in time. Yes, I am. Yeah, that looks really nice. Really nice. Very nice. I feel like I'm starting to get in tune with the right speed for the corner that's coming. Whereas I've previously been trying to do 50 because that's what the speed limit is. I think now I'm getting a bit more relaxed and a bit more used to the fact that this big coach needs to go quite a bit slower than what the speed limit says in order to maintain control and comfort. So that's cool. I'm happy with that. I still think this bus slows down too easy, but there you go. So we're at Salzburg, and I'm going to repeat what I did last week. Out of gear, handbrake on, engine off, and we'll turn the controller on, and we'll get all these lovely people on board. Excellent. Hello, sir. How can I help you today?
Salut, Sie wollen bestimmt mein Ticket sehen.
Salut.
Ciao.
Danke. Ciao.
Grüezi, hier ist mein Ticket.
Grüezi. Danke.
Dankeschön.
Hello, ladies. Not you then. You.
Ciao, das Ticket. Bitte auf geht's.
Ciao. Danke.
Hi, ich hoffe, ich bin cool.
Hi. Thank you. And the last lady here.
Servus, fahren Sie in meine Richtung? Cool.
Cool. Thank you very much. Right, guys. Well, that's everybody on board. Things are pretty much going to plan. We've only had an accident in every single episode, and we've only had a speeding ticket in every single episode. So, I mean, if consistency is something that means a lot to you, then you should like this channel. You should hit the like button now, because we are the most consistent Fernbus Coach Simulator drivers that there are on the planet. It has been fun. I've enjoyed every moment of it. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, take care of yourselves, and goodbye for now.